times. Did you actually say fucking 0?
Yeah, I dropped a 0 in, mate.
It's not even a number. What would you do that for?
What's wrong with a 0?
You don't say 0, do you? No one ever goes.
Yeah, if you're a PA, you do. Like the gallery PA says 0.
Who does?
The one who does all the counting, like going to break in 10, 9, 8.
Lick my ball.
Nah.
Nah.
Nah, I never said 0.
Probably not.
Never does.
Well,
Like if I said,
they did
we're gonna
space
we're gonna
travel.
do it in 5. Like if I said 5, right? It's 5, and I count 5. 4,
Yeah, I know. You
3,
leave the 0,
2,
but this time I
1.
thrown it in. The gallery PA counts as 0, so
You
I
never
count the 0.
think about it. Like you ever watched a fucking space thing? You know when they fucking launch the rockets and that.
Yeah, because they swap it for blast off, mate.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, well, alright, then next time I'll say blast off. 3,
don't say
2,
that.
1, blast off.
Yeah, if you throw in a fucking blast off like that, mate, I will be buckled when we do the show. But anyway, main thing, mate. People will be complaining about the sync probably, because we'll probably be slightly out again.
Alright, I guess you're right. We'll see.
Okay, well, someone in the chat called Ergomax, which sounds like a shit type of VHS player that went out of fashion in the 70s. Says the timing's fucked again. So.
Well, someone else says the sound. Zuko has countered that argument, mate.
Zuko's not a sub though, so who are we gonna
Jace
listen
said
to?
in sync,
Jace.
he's a mod. Come on, there we go. We win.
All right. Sorry.
Fuck
Sorry,
up,
yeah,
Burger Max. Wind
Yeah.
your neck in.
Yeah. Right. So anyway, let's do a fucking show. I haven't got anything planned. I was kind of hoping you would bring a bunch of fucking stories back from Amsterdam.
Well, I think that was in vain, mate, because I spent most of the time sitting in one place doing multiple bong hits.
Yeah.
Until I was forced to leave, usually. Not because of being unreasonable, just because it was closed.
Yeah.
So you're going to have to leave. This is just outrageous.
Sir, you're doing multiple bong hits at a police station. You're going to have to leave.
You've had 3 packets of truffles in the last 30 minutes.
Yeah. So nothing happened then?
Yeah, it was just nothing outrageous, mate. I did some street bong hits. I weren't bad.
Okay.
So I had like a bunch of truffles before I went to bed. And I was just too tired, so I just fell asleep. And I woke up like 4 hours later and I wasn't tripping. I was like, I guess I just slept through that or it didn't work. So like, I'm going to go for a smoke, and it's like 1 a.m. And then one of the guys I was with came out with me. I'll leave his name out just in case. And we were just walking around town because we were like right in the centre of Amsterdam, so we were all in the canals. I went to the red light district to see if there was going to be a Christmas theme, right? And there kind of is, but like a few of the windows had a little like ribbon in them, and there was some like fucking mistletoe and shit. I was like, fair play. I was expecting some like Mrs. Claus or something around.
Some big guy in a window, come and sit on Santa's lap, little lad.
€30.
So, did you get in any of them windows?
Nah,
did you?
nah. I was just observing, mate. I didn't want no Christmas fucking.
You're the fucking worst, mate. They fucking.
Yeah, but I'm not staring at them. I was just walking down, smoking a joint, just wandering. I wasn't alone. I was looking for food mostly. As I was the entire time.
All your fucking boys like looking at the women in the window going, yeah, it's gorgeous. You're looking at one of them rotating kebabs.
Mate.
Oh, yeah, you can't go wrong with the crepes, mate.
One of these crepes blew my motherfucking life, mate. It changed my whole ideology on the way with the world works, right?
Go on. And why? What was in it?
Nothing, but that's what blew my mind. All it was just an Nutella crepe.
Yeah.
But I was blurred up my mind at the time when I was getting it. So I was watching them make it.
It's like eating God's arse.
And you know when they use that little twirly thing to spread it out? Yeah. I was just watching that, but like it was that fucking hypnotizing thing, the circular spins. I was just watching this guy spin my crap like, it's gonna be so good. I was just watching my mouth dribbling. And I was doing it so much. The guy was like, do you want another one or what? Before I finished cooking this one, I was just staring at it. And mate, it was the most satisfying eat I've ever had. And also, the day I left, I had a good 4 meals.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
4 meals?
Yeah, easy. Like started off with a solid English breakfast at about 12 p.m. Yeah. Right? Got that down. Then we went to that crepe place and had a crepe.
Yeah.
Right, then I was a little peckish, so I went for a quick little 400-gram fillet steak on the side, right? And a nice fillet steak at a steakhouse. Then I was about to leave. I had a McDonald's before the airport.
A McDonald's after a
Oh,
fucking...
fuck, but we're going all the way in. I'm hungry and
That's outrageous.
I needed some carbs, mate.
That is outrageous. What do you mean you need carbs, mate? That's some outrageous behaviour. What
Mate,
did
that
you
ain't even the end of it. Got to the airport, got a sandwich and a WH Smith, no, wrap it was. Wrap, packet of crisps, nice fucking, I think it was a bottle of iced tea, mate. Slurp it all down with, let that all digest, let the intestines do the work.
Right, so you had a fucking McDonald's after
It was a good 7,000 calorie day, like.
Yeah, so what was what did you have from McDonald's? A Big Mac meal or something? Remember?
I think it was a big tasty meal. Big and tasty, like.
Oh,
It hit all the sectors, mate. It was big and it was tasty.
Well, you're eating a big tasty like an hour after a fillet steak, aren't you thinking? Like,
Nah, it was like 2 hours. Nah, it weren't actually. That's a lie. It's about an hour and a half. I had a push.
Come on.
Oh, mate. I remember the story now. I remember it, right? So the night after we did all those street bonk hits, that was the other part. I just ended up sitting in the street doing bonk hits on the floor like a homeless guy, right? And the police just walked past, and they just didn't even look at me, mate. Like, I was like, oh, fuck, we could do something. Like, they could have spat on me. They just literally looked straight in front of them. But I went back, and we were supposed to be checking up the next day. At about 10 o'clock, and I see the phone ringing. And ring, everyone's just ignoring it. 3 people in this room, right? Everyone just ignored the phone. I was like, right then, who's going to break first? Keeps ringing, no one answers. Comes up the door, dum dum dum, reception, dum dum dum, reception, dum dum dum, reception. Nobody's breaking, but nobody's moving. Everyone's still as fuck. I know everyone's awake, but I can just hear the tension. Then I hear the key go in the door, chink chink, opens the door. Everyone's still asleep. Everyone's just laying there. Nah, I ain't breaking. Hello? Nah. Hello? 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 And then finally, one of my mates breaks. He just goes, yeah. Yeah. He's like, yeah, the checkout was an hour ago. He's like, alright, yeah, so she's like, oh, you're gonna have to leave? She's like, oh, can we get late check? She's like, oh, well, it's €100 for every hour you stay. I'm like, well, never mind then. Fuck you, unreasonable.
Right.
So we had to pack all the shit, and we got out like an hour and a half after checkout anyway, so didn't get charged €150, right?
Right. So one time when I went out and I was fucking wrecked in Belgium. And I was staying in some shit hotel. Like, it was more, I don't know, it was on that threshold where it's like, is it a hostel? Is it a hotel? No one's sure. Least of all the fucking owners, you know. And it was like some esports thing. And I'd got in a right shit fucking state. I think it was just after the 1.6 player 6 had died. So we were all a little bit fucking shook with it all. So I went a bit harder in the paint than I usually do. And I got so fucking wrecked. Like, the hangover the next day was crippling. I mean, I just took one look at the time, and I woke up when my alarm went off, and I just knew I weren't going to make my flight. And I thought, fuck it, I'll just write that off. I'll write that off. I don't give a fuck. I can't go to an airport right now. So I turned off my phone. And anyway, I was lying there, and then the woman come up, you know. And she was banging on the door saying, oh, check out time. I'm like, fuck, you know. It's absolutely banging, right? So I got up, right? And I was like, yeah, just 1 minute. And I made a decision that, looking back, was unreasonable. I took all the furniture that I could move. And I barricaded myself in the room, but I swear to God.
When's that ever going to work out?
I couldn't be fucked, mate.
Yeah, but if you're in a hostel, how much is it for an extra night? Surely like 30 quid.
No, but I
was not using reason at this point.
Like, I think there was some other stuff going. I think she definitely wanted everybody associated with esports to leave, right? But anyway, I just barricaded myself in, like, and I thought, fuck it, I'm having another hour or two to get my shit together, right? I was just lying on, like, face down on the bed, like, the only bit of furniture I haven't moved, and I can hear her trying to get in.
That's what I mean, you're not even going to get rest, mate. It's going to be paranoia the entire time, mad paranoia, like.
I've never played the game Mousetrap.
Yeah.
I did a system that, but like, used a chair under a table against the window, like all rickety like that, to basically push a wardrobe, not a wardrobe, a bookshelf against the door. Like there was no way, like Hercules couldn't have moved it. Right? And I thought, she calls the police. They're not getting in neither, are they? So just fucking
better bring the fucking barricade breakers, boys.
Man, I'm telling you, I used to be a right fucking state. People don't know like how much of an animal I was. So anyway, I was lying down, but I nearly called her a bitch. I mean, I realise how unreasonable that is now. I was just basically illegally staying in her hotel because I was too drunk. She's not really a bitch. She has got every right to ask me to leave. So anyway, she wouldn't shut the fuck up though. And just like,
you can just give me 2 hours, I'll be out of here.
Shouting at her, going, if you just fuck off and give me an hour's sleep, I'll go. Like I was trying to bargain.
Be reasonable.
Flat-handed on the fucking door like this. Like, it's in the end, I just got her up and fucking like moved all the furniture back and just fucking just bolted out. Like, didn't check
Run
out.
away.
So yeah, I was being unreasonable there. But that's I hate that shit when it's like, look, just let me get my shit together and check out. You don't need to bang on no doors. You know what I mean? You don't need to go crazy. People say my sound's a little bit muffled. I was worried about the pop, so I put this thing on.
Sounds right to me, mate. I think people are just...
Yeah, fuck 'em.
I think it's when I talk, Skype, the old shit programming, mate.
Fuck the people. So there you go. Anyway, obviously I haven't planned a show, but there's plenty of funny stuff to talk about, probably. That aren't just like horrific drunken escapades. So where shall we begin? Oh, we can start, by the way, saying good news is fake news, because you'll remember we did that whole bit about the fucking Angelina Jolie wannabe from Iran on the last show.
Right? The amount of people messaging like, that's fake. Who cares, mate? Fucking hell, I swear we would release the Panama Papers or something.
No, but I mean, I'll link you to it and you can show it. But I mean, like we did say on the show, it's got to be fake.
I know, that's what I mean.
But equally, I mean, look, you've got some dude who's turned himself into an alien for fucking 400 grand or whatever he spent on that. It's not like it's beyond the realms of possibility.
I'm not like human Ken doll guy.
We say it all the time. You know, to even fake this, your box is gone. You know what I mean? There's no fucking... There's no like reasonable outcome. Oh yeah, I just faked looking like a Angelina Jolie zombie for attention. All right, sounds like you're still mentally ill then. You just haven't deformed yourself. That's all right then. Good talk. So yeah, it was fake, the zombie teen, and you can see her. She actually does look all right, and she did get a bunch of attention. So I thought I'd throw that in there.
Mischief management.
Yeah, there we go. We haven't done Didn't Happen for a while either, which, I definitely, we got to keep that going. We haven't done a Didn't Happen for a bit. But because that didn't happen, I thought probably is worth talking about some other classic Didn't Happens that I saw. This is unreasonable. This image here that I've got. So... one of the things I've never really understood is lying about the size of your dick. I just never really got that. Like, I've never understood it. Like, given that I've never met anyone really. Okay, no, that's not true. But most people, I've never met anybody who like sort of just goes, yeah, tiny knob. I actually knew a bunch of guys who used to try and reverse psychology people with it. Like, I'm so secure with my man, and I'll just keep talking about what a tiny knob I got, see? And it was like, in their mind, it made them less threatening towards people they were trying to pull or whatever, you know? But, like, you never hear anyone say, I've just got an average knob. Do you? You know, never hear it.
Got a
you never
bangingly average knob, mate.
My knob is whatever the geographically determined average is for my point of origin. You never hear that.
I'll give you an average night in your life.
And it's just like chasing the fucking Holy Grail or something. Right, there's always someone with a bigger fucking knob. I'm going to show you the guy who beats everyone. It ain't fucking Ron Jeremy no more. He's got that whole thing, whereas this starts coming out, it starts sucking in. It's all linked
Mate, the
somehow.
mental thing, isn't it like for every £100 you're overweight, you lose like 2 inches of dick or something? I don't know what the stats are. But if that's true, mate, Ron Jeremy must have like an 18-incher if we're going off deep statistics.
Yeah, because he's still doing all right.
Yeah, he's not struggling, is he? But
you know what I mean? It's just like, it just is what it is. Like, you know what I mean? It's just, I don't know. I've never really got it. I've never really understood it. You know what I mean? It's just crazy. But this is just fucking flat out embarrassing, mate. Like, to do this. So, going through Vegas airport security was rather interesting this morning. I mean, to share this story on fucking Facebook is just mind-blowing to me. I was asked by 3 different security officials, "Sir, do you have anything in your right front pocket?" I kept saying no to each security official. I had everything in my backpack. I was then told I needed to be padded down. A gentleman looked at me and said, "Sir, do you have anything in your right front pocket?" I said, "No. Why does everyone keep asking me that?" Security officer went straight for my right pocket, pat down, and after grabbing a handful, immediately said, "That's what I think it is, isn't it?" I smiled and said, "Yep."
That's my knob.
Yeah, we laughed at how he'd grabbed my knob. Like, it made my day, and the 3 ladies before that, I'm sure. Hashtag gonna have to charge for that extra package. Hashtag I'm packing. Hashtag pro husband. Like, what is this, mate? This is like so
I like how he thinks that would make the ladies' day. Like, oh, I saw a big knob in pants today. It's bloody made my day.
Trust me, you know, anyone with a fucking Tinder or Twitter account seen a fucking knob. Like, you know what I mean? You can't even log in these days without it. It's like that gif of the fucking hot dogs just getting launched in your face, isn't it? Everyone's just getting their knob out now, and you know what I mean? No consequences. Tinder profiles where people are just there with their hands on their hips with an erect knob out as their profile pic. Like, come on. Now then, put a bit of fucking imagination into it. Why is it all about your dick? So that didn't happen. But unfortunately, this did happen. Reporting the Sun online. We all love a bit of the Sun. Incredible publication.
It's vampires, man. Done ya. He's fucking done ya.
Your banter is so bad. Like, crack is hanging. Like. So, by the way, you missed while you were away in Amsterdam. I did the bit on Purple Aki without you.
Nice, mate. How did it go down? How did it fall?
People couldn't believe it, mate. They couldn't believe Purple Aki was real. I was reading. I mean, when I brought up the Wikipedia page with muscle touch ban, everything was just fucking bruh.
Can you climb through that chair, boy?
Yeah, I told him that story too. So anyway, the Sun, great headline. Hard up. Man with world's largest penis, who we have featured on the show before, is now registered disabled because his 18-inch member is so big. But he refuses to get a reduction. So this is about Roberto Esquivel Cabrera from Mexico, who's got an 18.9
Might
inch...
as well call it 19 at this point.
Mate, do you know what I mean? That this is...
Give him the extra couple, like, come on.
His wealth is what inspired Trump to build the wall. It's based on his knob, like 18.9 inches, and you can see a picture there. I love how he is rocking a porn stash, despite the fact that he has to keep his penis wrapped up in a fucking gym sock with duct tape around it, just to fucking make it wheel.
Imagine how many home runs Barry Bonds could have got if he was swinging that cunt around. He would have doubled his record, mate.
Barry Bonds was ripped to the tits on fucking steroids.
Yeah, exactly, mate. Imagine the strength he'd be whipping that knob round.
Nah, mate, he'd have just had fucking a withered shaft and balls, just a massive jeb end. But anyway, so he won't have a penis reduction because the only thing in his life, despite being, I mean, a bit of a silver fox, I suppose.
That moustache is working for him, like.
Oh, it's unreal, isn't it, mate? Like, you know what I mean? How he's rocking that.
I like that pose at the top as well, hand on the wall. Now then.
Mate, we call that doing
Can
a
I
fucking...
get you a drink?
The Weinstein, isn't it? just stood in a doorway. And now then,
Is he close to
have
a
you?
potted plant there?
I've got some herbs that I can jet on. Um, but anyway, so yeah, he's had to, his dick is so big, he's had to register disabled basically, and he keeps saying he wants. I'll get a job as a porn star, but the problem is his dick doesn't. Yeah, his dick doesn't work, and on top of that, how's he ever going to use it, mate? Like, who's going to sign up for that? That like
I
the last.
we do a fucking pay-per-view charity ping pong match, right? And he swings that massive knob around. We sell this for $25 a pop.
Why ping pong?
Well, what else are you gonna do with it?
I don't know, mate.
Smash watermelons?
Yeah,
Guinness Book of Records smashing watermelons with a knob. He could be the first record holder of that one. I don't think that exists.
But it's just unreasonable. So it's sad news. And our friend from the show is now registered disabled as a result of that. You know, not a bad disability to have, by the way, is it? I watched this interview the other day. There's this guy, I forget his name. I'll try and find it for you. But he specialises in doing cringe interviews with celebrities. And Will Ferrell's got a new film coming out, right? And this guy did an interview with him. And obviously Will Ferrell's a comedian, right? So although he hasn't done anything good for ages, but whatever. He's in fucking not laugh mode. And then at the end he said, and we always like to end our interviews with a question from just the fans. And he goes, and we got one here. What's your favourite disability? Right? Fucking hell. You can see Will's like he's really trying to laugh it. Well, obviously, this would jump to the front of the queue, wouldn't it? What's your favourite disability? Too big?
I don't even know what to answer with that bit. What's the most PC answer for that?
I mean, that's the beauty of the fucking question, isn't it? He can't.
Chronic happiness.
Yeah, you can't. You can never get away with it. Like you can never answer that question in a way that's not going to fucking be grotesquely offensive. Color blindness, maybe. I don't know, but
because that's been cured now. Those glasses, isn't it? I know it's really expensive. Well, it's not cured. You can see in color, mate. Close enough.
You're out of control.
Yeah, those exist. Glasses that can fix your color blindness exist.
Yeah. You're right. It's just the way you said it, though. The cure that now.
like you just
shot the neck. Fucking hell. Oh,
we got a pill for it.
It was red all along. You know what I mean? So there's that. Right. Let's start trying to structure the show a little bit. Oh, yeah, here's someone else whose box is just fucking gone. This time, courtesy of the Mirror, the other newspaper that's only fit for wiping your ass on in Great Britain. This is, because it's festive, we're getting close to Christmas, obviously. This is the story about Deborah Parsons, who's having a bit of a tough time this Christmas. She's grieving. Her mother passed away, obviously a sad, sad story. And she's decided the best way to honour her mother is to eat her on Christmas Day. And the headline is, I will eat mum on Christmas. Grieving daughter to sprinkle mother's ashes on turkey and pudding dinner. And there's a picture of the fucking person with...
I've been rinsed by an ad, mate. Good old daily mirror, give me fucking mattress ads.
There you go, bud. You want a mattress, man?
I can't even... It's not even refreshing either, mate. It's just dead.
He knows doing a Twitch show. We should write off to the mattress company. Then.
There we go, we're in.
So, but you can just see her there. And look, they're
just sprinkling dead dust.
Just spooning the ashes on, like, I mean, she obviously doesn't understand Christmas. They're like, you got a Yorkshire pudding there and a chicken, and what is that? Just half a lemon,
half an orange, I think. Mate.
It's like, what's going on? Her plate's a mess, mate. But yeah, just look at the severity on her face.
Mess,
I know, innit? But So yeah, grieving Deborah Parsons will have her mum Doreen for Christmas dinner this year by scattering her ashes on the turkey and then tucking in. And for dessert, she'll enjoy Christmas pud with a dusting of her mum's last remains too. Deborah, 41, has felt the urge to eat Doreen's ashes.
Of course she has.
I mean, yeah, she feels the fucking urge a lot, if you ask me, since she died in May and has had a small spoonful most days.
But what a fucking creep, but that's gotta be illegal, but you can't eat dead people, this ain't reasonable.
Me, mate.
You can't eat dead people, mate. I don't care if she was your mum or you fucking dog, you can't eat dead remains.
Mate, it's dust, like.
Word before used to be human, fully breathing, thinking human, now it's dust.
Dust on the floor used to be human. It's
yeah,
like
but it's skin, mate, not everything.
Yeah, but mate, they've proven this before. Like when you get the remains, it's like half of it's just shit anyway. It's not people or bones or whatever. It's almost like symbolic, innit?
I don't give a fuck, mate. As a general rule, I draw the line at eating people.
I mean, mate, there's no way if you were stranded on a fucking desert island.
I mean, that's different, mate. This where she's stranded. Slough.
You're having an ethical discussion about cannibalism, right? That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, this is ridiculous. It's why it's on the show. Obviously, it's mentally ill, isn't it? She's been picking away at her mother's ashes. Like, she couldn't wait until Christmas Day to eat them. She had a spoonful a day.
Well, she had all her advent calendar in the first agency. She got packed. Put the dust back in there, mate.
I don't know what's she doing, but why is she having a spoonful of ashes a day? Like, come on,
keeps talking
man.
to it.
It's the thing.
So she's doing ashes instead.
I guarantee you, right? I'm just gonna go out on a limb. Now, I never met Doreen, who died in May this year. I never met Doreen Parsons. I'm sure she was a lovely lady, and it's a tragedy that when anyone sort of loses their battle with cancer and passes away. But I'm just going to go out on a limb here and say the last thing she wanted was her fat daughter eating her. I'm pretty sure that as she lay there in a hospital, chemoed out of her mind, I don't think Deborah brought it up. I don't think she said, "Ma, when you die, can I eat your ashes?" Like, I think she would have said, like, nah, fuck you, disowned, you're out the will. Anyway, listen, people might think I'm mad or that it's not a very respectful thing to do, but I just can't stop myself.
Yeah, so that's why you're eating.
Yeah, the people who think you're mad then are what we call correct. That you are mad. You have a mental illness. You feel, you're doing the thing with the eyes and the mouth.
I just realised it's mental. No, that neck tattoo she got, it says alive. Except for the things you're eating.
Yeah. I mean, it says alive, but yeah. Is it living? Is it living? Do you know what I mean? But yeah, I'm astounded by this. I'm like, I'll just have a chat to the son. Anyway, she justifies it by saying, I see it as a positive thing, allowing her to be close to me. I mean, put it in a trinket, maybe, if you really have to. I mean, even that fucking weirdo who got a fucking tattoo. Less mentally ill than this. Allowing her to be close to me and also involving her in the family day. No, you're going to shit your mother out. She's not going to stay in there. Like, that's what happens. That's what happens when you eat things. I feel like she can live on by being inside of me, because if she is part of me, she can breathe through my body. My breath is her breath. You
can fucking barely breathe. You can't get up the stairs. You're eating people more than pies. What the fuck's wrong with your head?
No, sorry. My wheeze is her wheeze. Right. It will be my first Christmas without her, and I want her to be involved. and this is the only way that feels right to me. The only way that feels right to me. It's
the
like,
only
listen,
way, mate. It's just the only way, I guess.
I've tried every other way.
The only way that seems reasonable to me.
And it's like, I don't know, if I was a journalist and I was doing this interview, get this woman a fucking
I'd citizens arrest her, but is what I do, you creepy cunt.
Why would...
Mate, there's gotta be some laws that's being broken, I'm telling you. You can't just eat dead people, mate.
Can you...
You guys, if you're good... Mate, cannibalism's illegal. I don't care if it's fucking well done or rare. It doesn't count like... It must be the same thing.
Oh, here we go. This is interesting. There's a blog here saying... Well, here you go. This is a 2013 blog called Scholar Blogs over at Emory, the university. It's Anthropological Perspectives on Death, and it's called How Close is Too Close. And here it says it's talking about someone called Casey, a 26-year-old widow who became addicted to eating her dead husband's ashes after his premature death. That's interesting. So maybe it's a psychological condition, you know?
Well, I was well aware of that, man.
No, but I mean, like, it might be one. You know how pregnant women eat coal, or want to eat coal. You get the craving for coal. I mean, interesting. But let's just find eating human remains illegal.
List. You would know on that list.
Go. The Guardian, of course.
Nice.
The Guardian, which endorses all manner of depravity, said this is eating people is wrong, but is it against the law? And it's an article. I see. There is, according to a lecturer called Samantha Pegg from the Nottingham Trent University, there is no offence of cannibalism in our jurisdiction.
What?
There you go.
So there's no cannibal laws at all in the UK?
Apparently not. And there was a famous legal case in 1884. A 4-man crew sailing from England to Australia got shipwrecked with almost no food. And when a 17-year-old cabin boy became ill, 2 of the men decided to kill and eat him. 5 days later, they got rescued and charged with murder. The third man, who didn't partake in the murder but did eat the corpse, wasn't charged.
Yeah, but that's to, like, survive, I guess.
Yeah. And the lawyers argued that killing the cabin boy was a necessity for the survival of the men. So the 2 guys who killed them, right, they were sentenced to death, but then thanks to the arguments of their lawyer, their sentence was commuted to 6 months in jail. That was it.
Fucking hell.
And, this set a huge precedent about the necessity defense for murder. That's quite interesting. I've learned something myself here, Sam, with your deranged witterings. So, but I mean, again, that was 1884, you know. But yeah, I'm pretty sure you can just eat ashes, dude. Like, once you're given ashes, I think they're just yours. You can just do whatever the fuck you want with them, pal. You know what I mean? All right, so let's have a look at some more ridiculous shit. Follow-up story. We were talking about how Egypt's having this big pushback on depravity in Egypt, right? They are, for those that missed the last show, I see that there's got a lot of people tuning in today, so which is great. Thanks very much for dropping by. But basically, Egypt is having this big sort of, they've actually got morality police now, and what they're doing is they're creating fake Tinder and Grindr profiles, and they are basically enticing people, especially gay men or bisexual men, into sex. They go and they arrive at a hotel, or they arrange to meet in a public place or bathroom stall, wherever it might be, and then they go, ha ha, and they fucking arrest them. Even though homosexuality isn't illegal, they're using some interpretation of these laws surrounding depravity and everything else, right? Like and morality, And they're trying, a doctor has written a bill that they hope to pass legally, which, again, pins... There's an AIDS epidemic in Egypt and it's all the gays. That's pretty much what this bill says, to justify what they're doing. But as I said, this isn't just about gay people. They're coming after anyone that sort of overtly displays sexuality in a non-traditional, non-conservative way. And just to show you how crazy it's got, there was an Egyptian singer, right, who was jailed for inciting debauchery in a music video. And this is Shaima Ahmed, who is a 25-year-old singer known as Shaima, who got arrested last month because her video, she put this is like Benny Hill levels of shit over here in England. You know, this is a Carry On film. She's like pouring cream on a fucking banana and, come on. The old, is it a banana or is it a knob routine? You put that in fucking kids' films these days, don't you? So
movie shit that is, man.
Yeah, exactly. So she's been arrested and she got jailed for, they're saying for 2 years as things stand. Yeah. And she apologized before she got arrested, saying the video might be inappropriate and that she didn't imagine all this would happen and that she would be subjected to such a strong attack. And then she deleted the Facebook post anyway. So, and she's not the first. Last year, 3 female dancers got 6 months each in prison for just dancing provocatively in music videos. Another singer is also facing a trial for spreading what they call provocative publicity because she said, you probably shouldn't drink from the River Nile.
Definitely shouldn't.
Yeah, I'll tell you that for free, by the way. It's one of the dirtiest. It's not Ganges level of dirty. I'll give them that. The Ganges is unreal, but I wouldn't. Ooh, delicious Nile water. You have parasites.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no way. She's also being, I think, privately sued. I don't know who the fuck by Mr. Nile, I suppose.
Nile. What do you say about my river?
Right. So yeah, she was the song saying, "Have you drunk from the Nile?" And she said in it, drinking something made a joke saying, "Drinking from the Nile will get me schistosomiasis," which I've never even heard of. Let's see what that is. Oh, it's a disease. Yeah, it tells you. Yeah, the Bilhartsia snail. I don't know if you've seen the Bilhartsia snail. Not very nice. They're like little snails, I think, which if you stand on them, they can burrow into your feet, and it's bad news bears. So yeah, Egypt's just gone fucking mental, mate. I don't know what's going on there. Why are they doing that?
As a general rule, don't drink from any rivers. We got water now. It's not.
Oh yeah. Just turn on the tap and drink a nice
drink from a river.
Water.
If I'm gonna drink from a river, watching Bear Grylls videos first, he'll probably teach you how to do it. Or just drink your piss.
Right, no, right, I know loads of people must have done funny bits about Bear Grylls, mate. Loads of people. But he's out of fucking control. I think he's got away with it. I think he's got away with being unbelievably out of control. There was this episode which I saw. This is when I was done with Bear Grylls. I always thought, he's all right, Bear, isn't he? I mean, he's called Bear. He does all this outdoor shit, and it's really over.
Nice guy.
Yeah, and he's really over exaggerated how much he does. I remember one time he was climbing up this mountain face. He was doing free climbing, and he got diarrhea halfway up. And the voiceover is just, and then I was hit with an attack of fierce diarrhea. And you can see him just holding on to this fucking mountain, going, oh, like he's just shitting himself.
Didn't drop the old. That's when it hit the fan.
Yeah, so I was like, that's all right, mate. That's funny. That's good stuff, right? But so I liked him at the time, and everyone was saying, yeah, but look at him, right? And then I saw one thing where I thought that's a bit unreasonable, innit? He said And in the desert, you've got to take moisture where you can. And thankfully for me, I've stumbled across some elephant dung. And
Yeah, I see that one.
Picks up these fucking turds, these steaming wet turds, and he just squeezes
it.
And it's like, just pick it up and say you could just tell it. So then
You've got moisturiser on you. There's no need, bear.
Yeah, that's what I mean. But then have you seen in an episode of Man vs. Wild? This is like 5 years old now. I usually rant and rave about current stuff, but this is when I thought, nah, you know what, Bear? Fuck you, mate. You need to be in a home. It was Man vs. Wild, and he was at sea, and for moisture, he said the only thing that because you can't drink. Well, no, obviously not apparently. Yeah, you can't drink seawater.
No,
but he found like some fucking bird shit.
Right.
And it was the same principle as the elephant shit. And I thought, he's going to squeeze it into his mouth. And he went, but I can't squeeze it into my mouth because that would make me very ill. And the vomiting would probably cause me to dehydrate even worse. And I was like, all right, don't know why that wasn't true about the elephant shit that you fucking chugged down on. He goes, but luckily for me, with some tubing, I can fix that problem. And he puts the wet shit in a bag and gives himself an enema at sea.
Oh, yeah.
And then I said, mate, just fuck off, Bear. Do you know what I mean?
Shit, mate.
Just fuck off, Bear. And he's smiling. Hey, look, I'll show you the video. I don't even know if we can actually play the video. I mean, you probably can. Like, I don't think you actually watch him stick a tube up his ass. But, like, the thumbnail is just unreasonable as fuck. He's just having a good old grin, like.
Loving it, mate.
Yeah.
At first, it's hard, but eventually, you learn to love it.
So, I don't know, mate. I'm just fucking done with fucking Bear Grylls now, like.
Let me have a quick skip through, mate. Make sure I don't see any fucking butthole, like.
Yeah. That's what you said when you watched Brokeback Mountain the first time.
Oh, no, they've censored him. Alright, we're safe. I want a 3, 2, 1 him.
What, you want to show it?
Yeah, it's censored.
Oh, yeah, go on then.
Right, 3.
Yeah, just 1. It's only 2 minutes.
3, 2, 1, go.
Just out of control, of course. Viewer discretion is advised.
It says contains partial. I think that just means like.
Yeah, on the show it wasn't edited.
I'll collect us some fresh water, but it's full of bird droppings and it's rancid. Drink this, and you'd probably vomit and risk worse than dehydration. But there is a way of using it to gain life-giving fluids, but only
shit in my ass. Putting shit in my ass.
I'm expecting this to be particularly pleasant.
What are you doing it for, then?
Stories of this saving people's lives.
As if. Who's
You don't
ever
Particular
saved their
family
life
was
for
stranded
that?
in a life
What
raft,
is this?
and all this water had gathered in the bottom of it. But they've been feeding off turtles. It was
Can't even hear you, but
turtle
Bear
blood.
Grylls
It
is
had gone
loud
fetid,
on your side.
and the only way they managed to stay
You might-
hydrated was by using that fetid water and giving themselves an enema.
The
Here he
Robertson
goes.
family survived
Johnson's
38
out.
days adrift
He's getting his
because they were
Johnson
willing
out.
to do anything to stay alive.
Oh, he's sucking the shit, mate. Straight in the bing piece. Straight up the ring
The
piece.
mother was a nurse and knew that the colon.
My mother was a
improved
nurse, and now
forming an
she is
enema. You
disappointed.
bypass the gag reflex, rehydrating your body without the risk of
Jesus.
vomiting.
And then once it's in, I guess all you can do is lie back and think of England.
Think of England.
Lie back and
This must only
think
ever
about
be
getting some
undertaken as a
professional
last
care,
resort.
mate.
As the sun drops,
Kill it there.
I face my next challenge.
So, you know what I mean? You don't see Ray Mears do that, do you? You don't see Ray Mears doing it. Ray Mears just fucking... You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I feel like Bear Grylls would beat the fuck out of Ray Mears, though.
Yeah, but like Ray Mears don't need to do anything.
Yeah, but that kind of matters. Like, if I'm watching someone about a guy surviving in the wild, I want him to be a double hard cunt. That's what makes it fun.
Ray Mears, right? He just turns up on a desert island, like, and you think, fucking hell, Ray, you got trouble here, Ray. There's fucking now here. And within an hour, he's built a fucking 2-story house, and he's, you know, he didn't stick anything up his arse or eat a turd or anything like that. He's just having a nice dinner, isn't he? But, you know, Bear, on the other hand, is like, right? well, we're going to struggle here, but don't worry. I found some shit. Like, find a
Yeah, imagine they both land on it, right, you deal with the house, I'll get the food. Right, and I've built the house, Bear, what have you got for food? Right then, I've got 2 pounds of shit and 46 beetles.
Yeah, like what Ray Mears just goes out and he's like, oh, well, yeah, I just killed a fucking crocodile and that. And instead
Who's this cunt? Steve Irwin.
Yeah, mate, Ray Mears, he's a ledge. And then he fucking, or what you drinking the water out of the turd for, Bear? I've made a distillery. I've made a distillery over here. We can just put the seawater in, take the salt out, and just drink it. It's all good. I've got some iodine tablets. We'll be fine. No, I prefer it like this, actually.
I always wonder, that is possible, right, to take the salt out of the water.
Mate.
That is possible, isn't it? Take the salt out of the water.
Yeah.
So, how have California got a water problem, then?
Yeah, well, because desalination, it's not...
Oh, it's not easy. It's not cheap, like.
Well, it definitely ain't cheap. I mean, you make it sound like pimping. Desalination ain't easy, bruh.
Because, like, I keep saying about California, we're like, well, you're surrounded by water, but so just, take a salt out, sell a salt, and then you got water.
But, yeah, we can't... No, hang on. So, desalination, you can definitely take some salt out of seawater, but I don't think you can ever get all of it out. But I'm pretty sure you can, like, evaporate some water off.
Yeah. You get the
I
condensation.
I remember some shit when I was at school.
Yeah,
but
condensation
I didn't do science. You know what I mean? But I thought you could, like, boil something and the salt stays behind and the water rises and you can catch it on a fucking crisp packet and lick it or something.
And lick it.
Yeah. So, I don't know. But basically, I was done with fucking Bear after that, mate. Like, he's just on a raft in the fucking middle of nowhere, sticking tubes up his hoop. Like, fucking have a word. Have a word, mate. Enough's enough. There you go. Look at this. See? Yeah, the only way to desalinate seawater is boiling water and catch the evaporated water that evaporates off. So there you go. See?
Yeah, it's probably a massive ball lake in large scale, then.
Oh, yeah, totally. It won't be energy efficient, probably. Right, so what else have we got? Oh, here you go. This'll cheer you up. Won't like. Just a mental story. I've always told you, mate, like in the song Grafting, when Dizzy Rascal says, "What you think you know about London City, eh?" It's a good question, mate. Because London is mental. Again, we've talked a lot about London on the show.
London's
you made your... Yeah, it is. It is horrible. Well, I mean, now people are just bursting into fucking flames in London. just spontaneous human combustion is now just happening in London. It's just something that happens. So here's the headline from the Evening Standard. That's like London's sort of official free paper, their Metro that they get. Right? Man bursts into flames and dies in front of horrified onlookers while walking down London Street. Specialist fire investigators found no obvious reason why John Nolan, 70, might have caught a light. He's just fucking blew up, mate.
Yeah, maybe this cunt's a fucking time traveler or something, but he's like, I gotta get away to get out of here. I'll just set myself on fire.
Yeah, but what are you talking? Why is he a time traveler?
Well, who else just sets on fire with no explanation, mate? I reckon we look into him. Full autopsy.
We're not time Wait, mate, have you seen Back to the Future? When did that happen? When did Marty fucking...
Yeah, but what if... Yeah, you didn't see the fucking alternate version where he didn't stop it from happening and then his life was over?
Yeah, but mate, he started fading out.
Yeah, maybe instead of fading in the real world, you just catch on fire.
Mate, you're mental. So yeah, this guy just literally blew up. And so check it out, right? The former construction worker who used to be from County Mayo and Island, just burst into flames. He got took to hospital and later died of the burns. And detectives said his death was being treated as unexplained. There were no accelerants found on his body, like no fuel or anything like that. And specialist fire investigators couldn't even find an obvious source for the fire. And he interviewed a bunch of witnesses who said he literally just went like, he just went up. It's wild as fuck. Now, here's the thing. Spontaneous human combustion, right? I've always said that it's bollocks, right?
Right.
Because it is. But, like, yeah, because, no, usually spontaneous human combustion, it always happens to some old person, an old fat person next to a fire, right? And you're like, you know, they haven't spontaneously combusted, have they? They've just fallen asleep, fell into the fire. And let me tell you, fat is fucking, that's a very good accelerant. But this is wild. This guy's having a walk down a street. He's not near any flames, not near any fire. I mean, don't get me wrong, like 2 minutes after it happened, ISIS took responsibility for it, like. But
Zing.
We can make the infidels spontaneously combust now. Honestly, be scared of us.
People
but yeah,
carrying fire fucking extinguishers on them now, mate.
I just fucking as if someone in the chats just said, "Man's not hot." Come on, guys.
When's this meme gonna fucking die, mate? I'm so sick of it now. I've had enough.
Better than this. Thorin even put it in one of his videos, you know.
If I need to hear quick maths again.
I know, I'm done with quick maths. Hang on. Gonna do a quick sneeze, I think.
Quick sneeze.
No, actually. Oh, yep. I'm in the twilight. I fucking hate this bit.
If you lick the top of your mouth, it'll stop the sneeze happening.
Oh, God.
If you lick the palate of your mouth, well, it's true fact.
You lick your elbow, but...
No, it's true, man. Lick the palate of your mouth. If you tickle the top of your mouth, it stops you from sneezing.
You must think that. Fucking yes. Google my fucking nuts.
Yeah, I'll find them probably, mate. They'll do stop putting them on the internet, mate.
Yeah, true that, like. Anyway, but yeah, spontaneous human combustion, brother. It's happening. It's literally happening. Oh, yeah, it makes me think, mate. So that was pretty horrific. This also horrific. I couldn't believe this headline. So this is just a bizarre story from over in Crawford County. And I've heard some mad allegations and, when it comes to the police and stuff. So this is a story which, if true, is terrifying, but also does make me wonder if this fella's box has gone. Headline, man says cop ordered him to cut off his dog's head or go to jail. How were those ever the options, by the way? How is
take
that?
Option A, you can take option B. One of them involves you going to prison, and one of them involves you having a dead, headless dog.
How is that ever the option? Do you know what I mean? Like, can I not pay a fine, please? You know, but so
it's only going 60 to 50. Fucking hell.
Right, Joe Nate Goodwin says he decapitated his 2-year-old dog. I mean, he hasn't even had a good innings, you know.
Why are we going to be decapitating him?
Right, well, listen, hear it out, right? He's at the behest of the sheriff's deputies who had been called out to the house earlier in the day after a neighbour was bitten on the leg. Goodwin said he wasn't home when a deputy came by the house. The dog lunged towards the deputy, who shot it dead near the mailbox. Goodwin...
That's enough.
Well, I mean, at that point, yeah. Goodwin's girlfriend called to tell him, Big Boy, that's the name of the dog, I hope.
R.I.P. Big Boy.
Yeah, rip Big Boy. Big Boy has been shot. I left work and went straight home. Found my dog dead in the yard, Goodwin told the Telegraph on Monday. The deputy who killed Big Boy was nice, Goodwin said. The two talked about their shared interest in cars. Then James Hollis, an investigator for the sheriff's office, showed up and had questions about Big Boy's vaccination records. What happened next unfolded in a series of short videos, which we're definitely not showing those ones, which have gathered tens of thousands of views online. And he said, I knew I had to have some way of proving this. I just don't think I was supposed to be the one to remove my dog's head the way they made me do it. So basically, this investigator, James Hollis, turns up and says, if you don't follow our instructions, you can be charged with disorderly conduct. And you can sit there and record all you want to record. We're fine with it. And it says, I'm protecting myself. You all come up to me. I'm reacting to having to cut my dog's head off. And then Hollis says, we asked you to remove the dog's head. Are you refusing?
Yes.
Yeah,
Indeed, I am.
Yeah, like for me, I'd just be like, yes, I do refuse. I've got this on video. This is an unreasonable instruction. I think we'll take this through the courts without me having to cut off a dog's head. And then Goodwin said, I haven't got a knife to cut the head off. And the other officer, the nice officer who likes cars, comes in and starts saying, well, we don't know what the correct process is. So then he decapitates his dog.
Why are they saying as if that's a thing that needs to happen? Like,
right? Because apparently, because he's bitten the officer, and they need to check if it's got, because the vaccination records weren't present or something. I guess they need to do tests. Do they?
Surely you can take the old dog, pay the extra 20 quid on the postage, mate.
I can't figure it out. It's not explained. I mean, when the police officer says, we don't know the process, surely the process isn't...
Well, get the fuck out of my house then, you killed my dog.
So, he cut the head off.
Sound.
And then they say, we're going to put that head in a bag and freeze in it so it can be tested for rabies. And that's what they did. So they took it away. And the police officers, in defense of themselves, have said, we did give him the option to pay for a vet to remove the head. That's the defense. That's the statement they put out.
Well, if you killed it, you could at least cut the head off. You know what I mean? If you're going to kill my dog, can you at least save me the hell of having to decapitate it?
It's mad, isn't it? It's just so bonkers. I don't understand why this is happening. This is America.
I can't believe they made them cut off their head and then made them drive the dog's head. How is that reasonable, man?
It's beyond a joke.
I mean, I'm sure wherever your testing's got scalpels, mate, like, they can get blood other ways. You ain't got to fucking cut his head off Victorian style.
It's beyond a joke. It is one of the maddest stories I've heard relating to the police in America. And obviously, we get loads of crazy shit. You had that guy in Vegas who got fucking shot for no reason at all. A stone cold murder, if I've ever seen one.
I don't even think I saw that.
Well, fuck me. This show just got dark, didn't it? So, I'll give you the cliff notes. Basically, there was a fucking fellow who was drunk. Somebody said he had a rifle. I think it was like some BB gun that he was showing a friend. It was a completely non-lethal rifle or something. And somebody noticed it and called the cops. So an armed response team turns up. He's wasted. And they make him get on all fours. And instead of handcuffing him, which you would just do to neutralize any potential threat, the officer that's shouting the instructions while they've got two fucking trained machine guns on him says, crawl towards us. And don't move your hands. If you fall over, you've got to go flat on your face. And he's like drunk and he's like crawling along and he's crying, saying, please don't shoot me. I don't have a gun. I don't have a gun. And as he falls over, his like hand goes back and they just stone cold execute him. It is it's a stone cold fucking police murder is what it is. And I think it underlines what I've talked about a ton of times on the show, that there are police who are just out there just behaving like fucking gangsters. And it's got nothing to do with whether or not you're white or black. You know what I mean? This was a hands up, don't shoot, right? This is as bad a police shooting as I've ever seen. and obviously it was a white dude. And I've talked about it a lot on the show down the years, going right the way back to fucking even when we used to broach the subject on Trash Talk. I understand the police have a difficult job, but they are showing less discipline in civilian areas in America than soldiers are in fucking Mosul, you know? Yeah. Their trigger discipline is appalling, and they treat civilians like they are fucking, you know, second class. And it happens so often because in, like, I don't know, whatever it is, 95% of the cases, all of these shoots come back good. I mean, we finally had a police officer who shot that black lad who ran away, shot him, like, you know, emptied a clip into him in the back while he was fleeing the scene completely unarmed. That police officer finally went, you know, they finally sent one down. He's gone to jail for 14 years. And trust me, he's going to have a fucking terrible time, and I couldn't be happier about that. So yeah, I mean...
Do you think it's just a systematic issue, or do you think it's, like, not enough training? Just something that hasn't been changed in years?
You don't need to be fucking trained to not murder people in cold blood. It's like, for me, I think if you sign up to the police force, there's got to be a reasonable expectation of danger. You know, like, if you can't handle that, if you're scared, then maybe it's not the job for you, you know, because put it this way, when you're a soldier, they tell you to be wary of civilians, but you don't light up every fucking civilian that looks at you funny or moves his hands a bit too quick. You realistically can't do that. How are you going to win hearts and minds if you do that? So why is it we can send soldiers overseas, and it's very fucking rare in the most horrific of circumstances where people are strapping bombs to kids, landmines everywhere, car bombs everywhere, snipers everywhere, and yet civilians are rarely getting lit the fuck up. And yet, meanwhile, in a big city in America, the police like... you know, blammo, they'd rather fucking execute you than give the benefit of the doubt. And don't get me wrong, I also understand how difficult it is, because in a split second, if it really is you or them, it's really hard. I mean, a lot of people always say, oh, why don't you shoot them in the arm, the leg? In a panic situation, if you're drawing a gun, even if you're not drawing a gun, to hit center mass at a reasonable distance with your adrenaline spiking, still difficult to do. And even if you do hit center mass, you might not put somebody down. So I do understand it, but that shooting in Vegas was fucking outrageous. It is a murder. It's not even up for discussion in my mind. But anyway, back to the fucking dog. This is what I mean. I think there's a lot of people. There's a lot of police in America that are they're just out of control. They're just wild. Like, for me, shooting a dog is pretty bad. But I guess if it is on you and it's biting you, you know, or it's looking aggressive and snarling, maybe.
Yeah.
Unless
it's like going for your throat.
Nah,
like if a dog is biting your ankle, is it worth putting a bullet in his head? Probably not, is it?
I don't know. I mean, it was called Big Boy. Look, if I'm a police officer and I might have to arrest somebody, I can't be, or somebody might be coming to shoot me. Do I want a dog hanging off my leg distracting me when I need my wits about me? Dogs getting double tapped. No, not in this case, is what I mean. The whole thing's a fucking shit show. The whole thing's a fucking shit show, isn't it? I mean, how in what world is it acceptable to make a civilian who isn't even under arrest decapitate his now dead pet dog because you want to go get tested for rabies? It's fucking balmy, mate. You know, and this is what I mean. Like, I see a lot of police apologists, and I get that. Yeah, I've been accused of being one myself, but you got to draw a fucking line somewhere. And like, for the police station, just put a statement out going, "Well, we did offer a vet."
So
yeah, it's all right then. Yeah, it's all right then, isn't it? So yeah, just wild, just fucking wild. So better lighten the mood. Better lighten the mood. What we gonna go with? Here you go. This will lighten the mood. Oh no, actually, no. I know what we'll do.
No, it won't.
Nah, well, I did say, I've said it before, and I said it in a recent stream that I did while you were away. You know, people that still holding on to this idea that Hillary Clinton is actually a good human being. and somebody that's worthy of the support of the American people. They're at this stage, with all the evidence that's subsequently come out about corruption in the DNC, the commingling of finances between the Clinton Foundation and the DNC, obviously rigging the primary, Uranium One scandal, which keeps explaining away, but there's all these unanswered questions about it, accepting assistance from the Ukrainian government during an election. It goes on and on and on and on. If you go down the Hillary Clinton rabbit hole, that's before you even start looking at money from Saudi Arabia that came in, before you start looking at these dictators, tyrants in their country that also have ties to the Clinton Foundation and getting awards. Her husband, Bill, getting paid wild amounts of money for speeches over in Russia. All of this stuff that's going on. I don't know how anyone reasonably in their own mind could actually look at all of this. And keep in mind, by the way, Hillary Clinton even came out in an interview because, she's been promoting that fucking god-awful book she wrote, which is Inadvertent Comedy. That's the book in it where she says the lesson of 1984 is that we should always listen to our elected leaders. That was her takeaway point from 1984. It's like, she's a fucking lawyer. Oh, and I know she's a lawyer, and obviously a very good one, because I remember that video of her laughing about getting a fucking a pedophile rapist off a charge, despite knowing that he'd done it, and saying that because he passed the polygraph, she had no faith in the polygraph because she knew he'd done it. So she's a great person, Hillary Clinton. She's awesome. We really need more politicians. I'm with her. You know what I mean? I'm with her, by the way. People in the chat don't know that, saying, is that a joke? If you honestly not heard this, I can't believe there's anyone in the world that isn't aware that back when she was a defense lawyer, she represented a child rapist predator, got him off, and then was recorded laughing about it because she knew he'd done it and she got him off the charges. I can't believe there's anybody alive that doesn't fucking know that. All right? Let me see if I can find that recording, actually. Is this the one? Yeah, go on then. Yeah, go on. We're already down the Hillary Clinton rabbit hole, aren't we? So go on. Let me just find it. And again, you'll notice that this isn't. You'll notice again, this wasn't blown up as a story in the fucking mainstream media while she was running for the highest office in the land. This is the Hillary Clinton tapes. It's called. It's 6 minutes long. We don't need to play the whole thing, Sam. You'll pretty much get the gist pretty early. If you want a 3, 2, 1 it.
All right, but okay, 3, 2, 1, go.
Yep.
You're saying a while ago you've done some criminal work. Can you tell me a little about that? What sort of?
Oh, I didn't do much, but I taught criminal law, criminal procedure courses. I did some, I never did a criminal trial. I did, jury trial. I did, probable cause hearings, other cases. I had some really tough crimes. I had one up here that the prosecutor called me years ago and said that he had a guy who was accused of rape, and the guy wanted a woman lawyer. But I do it as a favor to him.
That's really awesome.
Terrible case. Remember that case where I represented that guy? It was a fascinating case. It was really an interesting case. This guy was accused of raping a 12-year-old who was the daughter of the family he was living in Springfield. It was on the side of the tracks in Springfield. And the guy was from Green Forest. His family still had a little farm. he was one of these rootless folks who wasn't going to make a living on the land, and he was kind of around. Ended up in Springdale looking one of the places over there. Of course, he claimed that he didn't. All this stuff. He took a lie detector test. I had to take a polygraph, which he passed, which forever destroyed my faith in polygraphs. But you know what was sad about it was that the prosecutors had evidence, among which was his underwear.
His what?
His underwear, which was bloody.
Anyway, you can leave it there. So this is somebody, you know, again, if Hillary Clinton is sort of the gold standard of politicians, I don't know what that says about the rest of the world. You know, now look, I do understand it, that everybody who has committed a crime, be they or is accused of a crime, you have the right to a defense, you know, even if you're guilty. And very often, I mean, if you're going to be a defense lawyer, then you're going to have to accept you are probably at some point in your career going to have to represent somebody that not only has done something that you find absolutely appalling, but they also absolutely did do it, and you have got to try and squeeze them through the fucking narrow eye of reasonable doubt. What you then probably shouldn't do is, after sort of saying, hey, I got this child sex predator off, and he passed the polygraph test and it destroyed my faith in you probably shouldn't be just sort of casually laughing that off. I mean, that would you know, that's probably where you should draw a moral line. You know, that would haunt most reasonable people. Anyway, you can go listen to the whole thing. The reason I bring this up is, you know, I've said people who are still on this Hillary train, which, by the way, there is no point in it. She will not be making a run in 2020. The DNC will not allow that. It would be suicide. But a member of Saturday Night Live, which I'm sure you'll have seen before. Saturday Night Live, a wonderful, unbiased comedy show, a show that did running gags about Donald Trump's allegations of sexual impropriety, but completely ignored that of Harvey Weinstein's on the grounds that Harvey Weinstein is from New York, which also happens to be where Donald Trump's from. It's really interesting that a member of the team there decided to get a tattoo of Hillary Clinton, and it's not a very good one. It's up there with no regrets, I think, Sam. But yeah, you can see this tattoo here, and he said, "Get ready for the grow up, mate." Wanted to get Hillary Clinton a Christmas gift, so I got a tattoo of my hero. Thanks for being such a badass and one of the strongest people in the universe.
What a mess.
Oh yeah, absolute fucking cringe. To put that out there and be. This is what I mean. These people are in a cult, Sam. They're in a cult. The cult of Clinton. It's insane to me that you could. I mean, you know, by all means, do what you want with your body, but to sort of to do it as like a fucking tribute to somebody, it's just beyond. It is beyond a joke. It is beyond a joke. So yeah, I thought that might cheer you all up a bit, right? Get this for a fucking another ridiculous story. That's what I mean. The world is just fucking, it's just collapsing. It's the end. It's biblical. It's just everything that you thought you knew. Everyone's just so vain and self-absorbed and fucked in the head that there are no rules anymore, Sam. You got police holding people at gunpoint saying, behead your dead dog. Like I said, the collective box is gone. It is gone. We're no longer in the box. All the box is gone. So why, if you can explain to me, Sam, why this happened, I would love your take on it. Because I'm at a loss. I can't, mate. I don't have the wherewithal to explain this one. So this is a news story about a surgeon, okay, and a very good one, by all accounts, called Simon Bramhall. He's 53, experienced dude. And this was in Birmingham, I think. Oh, no, he was from London, but he got tried in Birmingham. And he was an organ transplanter, and he could do liver transplants. Now, this is some tricky ass shit, right? And he did 2 transplants where he evidently was so proud of his work, he burnt his initials on the internal organs of his 2 patients. Little SB. Little SB. He just left like a painter in a lot of ways. Just a painter.
Yeah, like when someone lays a roof and they just put under the roof tile their initials, yeah, to stain that new liver.
Yeah, he just like it was just a toilet wall. Just, yep, here you go. So
just burn that on your organs.
Yeah, I'll just burn. I'll put it in there, mate. I'll put it in there. It's like wet
it's
cement.
Mine, really?
Yeah, exactly. I did the work.
My name's on it.
So he took it. How he put it in is he took what's called an argon beam coagulator, which you use for sealing bleeding blood vessels.
When you laser shit off and
stuff. Yeah, it's literally an electric beam. And here's where it gets fucked up, right? Because these you could do this and sort of get away with it, because obviously it's not a big deal, it's a tiny little scar somewhere on your body, on an organ, and they have tiny little scars. I mean, your body deals with a lot of fucking stress. It takes a lot of knocks. It's what the body does, right? But anyway, the female patient's liver didn't heal. One of the transplants he put in. So she had to go back and have a follow-up operation. And as they were taking the liver and having a poke about, they found his fucking initials.
Why do your own initials as well?
It's pretty incriminating, isn't it?
Isn't it? I would have put like the nurse's initials or whatever. Who's the person who assists the surgeon? Is it a nurse? Or is that a different title?
I don't know, surgical nurse, maybe. I don't know.
You know, the one who passes the scalpels. Do theirs.
Yeah.
Do his or hers.
Frame your nurse.
Well, if you're going to do it, at least have a fail-safe.
He's not doing it for the giddy thrill of writing on someone's liver, is he?
What's he doing? Owning them like, that's my liver now, boy.
Yeah. That's mine. I did that. I got a mature audience, by the way. 750 people watching it, and people are putting in the chat, I would have drawn a penis, mate. So. That's Lord Dahl over there, yeah. Good idea, mate. Yeah, I'd have drawn a cock and balls with 3 lines coming out the top. Would have been better than his initials, like. He could have styled it out, maybe.
How do you style that out?
I don't know.
You've drawn a jetting cock on a liver.
Motherfuckers think they see fucking, Christ in like a fucking, sausage roll and shit, don't they? So
I would have went with one of the injections slipped into my arm. I lost all sense of my fucking brain and did that while in a trip. The defense rests.
Not bad. Hang on. I want to find this. There was a story just the other day, because it's like Christmas, so everyone starts seeing Jesus in food. I was just trying to find. But there's always a ton of them.
What was in this time? Rice pudding?
No, I can't remember what it was. I can't remember what type of food it was, which makes it impossible to find. But somebody claimed they saw the whole nativity. It was like the whole, 3 wise men and that in like a melted cheese slice or something. It was fucking bonkers. Anyway, whatever. Back to this cunt. So yeah. He actually resigned from.
I think I got it, but is this it? Calgary man sees nativity scene inside his kielbasa Wellington.
Yeah, in a kielbasa, that was it. It was a kielbasa. There you go. We'll come to that. I'll just finish up with this mad cunt who's dropping fucking initials. So yeah, he resigned when he got caught right? The doctor were like, "What you doing?" And he went,
Nothing, boy.
yeah.
I quit.
Yeah. And he went, it was a silly mistake.
Sorry.
Yeah. And now he's going to get sentenced because he's facing charges of assault. Because it counts legally as an intentional application of unlawful force to a patient while anaesthetized.
Rinsed.
So he's going to jail.
Bro, it's definitely not good for your life expectancy to have an extra couple of burns on your liver, is it? It can't be helping.
Nah, but he's going to be banged up. You feel me?
Good.
All right, well.
You fucking unreasonable.
You got some fucking strange...
Mate, because if you let doctors start carving initials on livers, they're going to start putting balls in people's mouth, mate. They're going to just go whole hog, and if you let them get away with something, they'll be going outrageous, mate.
Why? What?
Mate, you know what the world's like nowadays. That's going to be a Facebook live stream of a doctor, like, flicking his foreskin against someone's face or something, if you allow this to continue. You gotta cut it in the bud, mate. Drain that swamp.
You're out of drain the fucking swamp. I'll drain the fucking swamp. Your brain.
Drain that liver, mate.
Fucking come on. What is wrong with you, mate?
You gotta stop him, mate. You give him an inch, he'll take a mile. You give him a laser, they'll take a tea bag.
So, yeah, anyway. So, yeah, he's probably going to go to jail. I don't know. I mean... I don't know what you do with that. I don't know if he necessarily...
Yeah, but you have to, because you can't...
Been struck off, mate. He'll never be a doctor again.
Reasonable as fuck, but the problem is you got to prosecute him some way, because, like, aren't you going to be on edge now if you go down? You're like, remember that time they were tattooing that guy's liver with a laser? Like, if I ever have an operation, I guarantee that's going to come in my head. I'm going to be like, these motherfuckers are going to be dropping memes on my organs.
But listen, right? Like, okay... the cunts who saw scissors up and you don't go to jail.
You are?
The cunts who saw...
Yeah, but that's a mistake. That's different.
Yeah, but hang on, right? So, oops, I've just knocked a load of poison in the water supply.
Yeah, manslaughter and murder are two different things, mate. Manslaughter, there's a reason you get less time.
Walking around with fucking scissors.
Yeah, but it could have been. What if he tattooed on it and then that fucking burn got an infection and then the liver was infected and then she fucking died?
Look at this. This was just this year, mate. Look at this bullshit, right? How do you fuck up this bad? I don't even understand how this is possible, right? Doctors remove surgical scissors. This is Calgary. Remove surgical scissors 18 years after being left inside of it.
Obviously, when a problem was there, should have left him in. Probably giving you some sort of fucking vaccination, that has, but that's beefed up your fucking immune system. Your antibodies attacking our scissors every day for 18 years.
18 years? They're not going to jail, are they?
Yeah, because that's a BG, mate. Everyone has a BG every now and then, but you can't do it on purpose, can you?
Well, here's what I'm saying, though. I'll take the competent cunt who fucking writes,
this cunt should never work again either, but he shouldn't be put in prison.
Yeah,
the other guy who's tattooing livers, prison.
So you tattoo a perfectly healthy liver after you've done a good fucking job.
Mate, he's not a fucking carpenter. Like, you don't get to let you autograph on the way out. Fucking hell, like.
So you're literally saying that's a BG, so that's okay, but
it's not okay. You don't get to operate ever again, but you ain't going to prison. You're just having to lie down at home and thinking very solemnly about what you've done.
All right then. Yeah, well, I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Wow, what's this? Someone's just linked something in the chat. What? I mean, this is different. The fan does want it. It's a bit morbid, like. So someone just linked in the chat a 10-year-old New England Patriots fan,
right,
who's got terminal cancer, and he's had to have repeated brain surgery. He asked a surgeon if he would engrave the number 12, which is Tom Brady's jersey, in his skull.
Yeah, that's cool as fuck. He's asked for it.
Yeah, that's all right. I don't know why. Yeah, okay, we're all right with that. And Tom Brady is the fucking GOAT, by the way.
Yeah.
And anyone who
But when
says
those other two people were going down, they were like, "Oh, why do you air drive? Why do you slip in a liver in? Why do you fucking leave your phone number on it?"
yeah. Call me. You're just there like,
Well, fuck it. Why do you do a Bob Ross painting on it while you're there, mate? Get some colours out. Use a different laser.
But you're going through fucking airport security and it just goes off like he's done it with fucking metallic fucking
lead paint, mate. Just dying from the inside out.
Call me maybe. Like, yeah, you looked so sexy while you were out and I was chopping your liver up. Yeah, but that's just, anyway. I don't know. He's been struck off. He's lost it all. That's enough for me, Sam. Why though? Why is that enough? Like, why is that enough? Because it's just,
It's not sound like it's definitely not.
But that's why you strike him off. He can't be a doctor, mate. He's got to go down the fucking door on Monday. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but this was actual malice, not just incompetence. That's the difference.
Malice, is it?
Mate, you're burning my liver, but like this isn't reasonable. You're setting fire to my liver.
To your own self, right? You ever drawn?
Yeah, but not with lasers, mate. With vices.
You ever drawn on your mate while he was asleep?
Not on his liver.
Yeah, obviously.
Done you there, mate.
On the fucking forehead.
Never on his major organs.
Put it this way. We always said that if anyone ever got arseholed and we could ever find a tattooist, like in our rugby club, if we never find a tattooist to do it, we would have just tattooed something unreasonable on someone. Like, that was always every
if
time.
I had a laser spare, I'd definitely be engraving some shit.
Can you imagine? I mean, we had
if they're like a woodwork project, just fucking burning shit into them.
We had this guy we really disliked. And it was always, we joked about it, but it was one of those, people were like, just imagine if he got a clown's face tattooed on him, like, that
would be banter, like.
No, mate, that's what.
Just have to wear a balaclava everywhere.
Because what they used to say was, for the first 5 minutes when you woke up and you just done up like Coco the Clown, you're like, with all the red nose, white paint, you know what I mean? And then you're trying to wash it off and that in the fucking sink, like, and it's not coming off, mate. The realization, that moment where it's like, I am now a perma.
Oh, mate, you can't even, like, imagine getting that laser removal as well. Imagine the years of pain, man. Like 40 different sessions.
You're on a fucking permo clown. Like. Imagine it, man.
Bobo for life.
Yeah, exactly. Bobo for life, bro. I swear to God, it bugs me every time just thinking about it, mate. Like, can you imagine something done that? Like, how fucking reasonable that would have been. You want to know how I got this face? I got wasted and my so-called friends ruined my life. Anyway, just saying, man, the fucking... I don't know. I don't think you... He's... Because understand the charges he's facing. He's like... If they were charging him with, like, graffiti...
But it's not, mate. You're setting fire to a liver. You're treating his fucking liver like it's a wall and he's pissing on it or something, mate. He's burning people. And they're having an organ transplant anyway, so they're not on the fucking greatest of health, are they? They've already got one foot in the grave. And he's just put the other foot in a fucking banana peel, mate, by lasering their livers.
I'm just saying it's graffiti, that's all. And, if he did 6 months, all right, fair.
What's he doing? Community service for graffiti?
Yeah. Just pick up some fucking...
Or clean some graffiti off the walls, like.
Yeah. But instead, he's facing 2 charges of criminal assault on an unconscious person.
Good.
He's going to do 8 years inside.
Good.
Yeah.
Enjoy them years. Get a prison tattoo on your liver. See how you like you scruffy little cunt. Straight fucking biro pen to the liver, mate.
Fucking correct. No, I am in the gang. Just my ink's on my liver blood. Fucking
I etched it in with a laser, bro.
Oh god, this show is so fucking terrible.
I'm crip for life. Or liver transplant, whatever comes first.
Why would anyone watch this? Oh fucking hell! Right, let's look at this fucking nativity scene in a kielbasa. Then I've got nothing left.
Let's have a look at this.
I've got nothing left.
It's like a shit local news station. In other news, a man saw Jesus in a kielbasa.
Yeah, just have a look, mate. Look at it. Calgary man sees nativity scene inside his kielbasa Wellington. I don't even know what
Mate, it's not even good. It's just
look,
sausages.
But like, that's what I mean. Like, how? Where's the scene? Like, he's just fucking.
He just thinks half a sausage looks like people, I guess. I don't know where he's seen people.
Look, I can't be sure, he says, but baby Jesus may be tucked in cosy between the peppers and olives.
Mentally ill.
What's he doing? Like, who even opens up a kielbasa, looks inside, says, "Well, looks a bit like the nativity." Fuck,
Take a picture of this while I eat it, like.
The number of the fucking
Christinfood.com.
global news for Canada. Fucking hell. I can't even see it, mate. I legit can't see it.
The only thing that looks a tiny bit like it is the sausage on the right looks a bit like a wise man. The way this on the right more sausage.
Sausage.
Yeah. Because it's got like little creases in it that make it look a bit like a robe.
Yeah, I was thinking the one on the right half of the kielbasa.
Yeah.
But the leftist sausage, the most left sausage on the right half.
Yeah, but that one's just a straight cut sausage, I want now. So that hasn't even got any texture.
Yeah, but I was thinking like it could be maybe somebody or a penguin or something. I know there were no penguins at the nativity, like. But...
Says who?
Good point.
Just because they wrote it down doesn't mean it didn't fucking happen.
True, like.
They left some details, haven't they?
Yeah. I mean, it was pretty wild.
We're in room for the whole story. I got loads of stories right in this book, mate.
But like that's the thing, I don't even know. So you think it's on the right side?
Yeah, this one. I see the one on the left as well, but that one just looks like a sausage more to me. Like this one's got more of an head. It's got a little crease in him, so it looks like he's got a little robe. I
suppose. Yeah, and he's bending over, isn't he?
Yeah.
And so what? Like that green pepper is like the gift of gold or something.
That's his mermaid.
I
brought you pepper.
Yeah.
I brought you olive. I brought you cheese.
They had some pure shit gifts back then, didn't they, mate? You know what I mean? So.
Except for the country rocked up with the gold, like he was ready.
Yeah.
Well, the fucking giving straight gold.
Son of God turns up. What have you got? Perfume.
A chain.
Aftershave. You know what I mean? Like sounds. Fuck off. Socks. Fuck off. I brought gold.
A Lynx Africa gift set.
Lynx Africa, bruv. Is that still going? Did he still do that?
Obviously, mate. I'm sure fucking millions have been sold for Christmas. I've put an embargo in my family, mate. I've already told all my family members, don't get me a Lynx Africa gift set. I won't be using them. I've got 4 from every other year.
Oh yeah, they still do the gifts. What are you getting for Christmas then? That's a good way to end the show, just in case we don't do one before Christmas.
What am I having for Christmas? I don't know what. I'm fucking grown-ass man, like, so I don't ask for Santa much now. Like.
I don't mean what have you put on your list, obviously. I mean, like, you know,
I'm getting any some aftershave.
Yeah.
The rest is secret, I think. I like to keep mine as a surprise, mate.
Mm.
I got some nice fucking slippers actually, but I got some like fucking Anthony Soprano Italian slippers, but they're fucking big.
Well, I treated myself, like, because obviously, because I live in America now, my family, they just put money in my bank account. I always tell them not to, because I think that's really
nice guys.
I think that's really infantilizing, and it's like it's just not really a gift, is it? Just like, we remember your
money.
Yeah, we remember your bank details. Is like, you know, a few £100 or whatever just turns up. It's like, fucking hell, you know.
Fucking hell, you still get a couple of £100 at your age.
Easy, yeah.
Fucking hell, mate.
Yeah, that's the guilt money for years of shitty parenting. Like that. My ma's still trying to make up for kicking me out the house on my 16th birthday. She's still paying that fucking
Loads of
sad
hundreds of quids are gonna have to be coming in for that. Like,
Yeah, that's what
you
I
got
mean.
about
like.
30 fucking my holidays to catch up on, Matt.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, the money she puts in every year only pays for 1 hour of fucking therapy for that, bruv. So, but yeah,
shop.
but I don't know what Maria's getting me. I've got her a big surprise present. It arrived, and like again, just in case, because I don't know how, I've got no gauge for how people behave these days, so I've hidden it just in case, because obviously we always love a good fucking
present sniff.
Yeah. I used to love doing that as a kid.
Yeah,
having a root round. I'll tell you, one time we didn't just go sniffing for Christmas gifts. We used to go sniffing for the Easter eggs at Easter as well.
Oh, mate, you tell you how many times I've rinsed my mother when it comes to Easter Day and she goes to where the eggs are and it's just 0 eggs.
Yeah,
I ruined Easter every year.
I swear to God, like one time, right, I got because my uncle's a fucking macho cunt, so he had he called my cousins, like, I named them after John Wayne, so they're called John and Wayne, right? So my cousins were around, and they were like, "Oh, we'll go on the Easter egg hunt," and I was like, "I'll have a look in that," but I wasn't that interested in eating them. I actually don't like the taste of Easter egg chocolate, funnily enough.
Yeah, you gotta get a good shit. That's why, man.
Yeah. The shit inside is good.
Yeah, but if you get like the fucking what's the? Can't remember now, but you got to dodge like the shitty Cadbury's ones. Cadbury ones are garbage. They give you the fucking cheapy chocolate.
Yeah. And it goes a bit white and powdery, and I've done. Yeah, I know. I mean, trust me, I know my way around a fucking Easter egg. But anyway, so they found the fucking mother lode. It was like in where the fuse box was, like right tucked behind some old tins of paint or something, probably getting tainted and poisoned.
Full of lead.
Yeah, fuck him. It was back then before we even knew what fucking E numbers were and how they killed Gina. You want to come out and play with this asbestos, Rich? Yeah. No one gave a fuck in the 80s. You know what I mean? So anyway,
I love the taste of these fumes.
We found the mother lode, and obviously, like, I got a ton of cousins. Like, so it weren't just John. I mean, obviously, John and Wayne's eggs were in there, but my other cousins were in there. I got a ton, and Mum were in there, and it was just and obviously, I don't know, other friends of the family, and that sort of thing.
Should have cashed Jen number.
So here's what they did. My cousin John and Wayne, they sat down and they must have ate every fucking Easter egg that was there, and there was enough fucking Easter eggs to feed my class at school. So they fucking seriously, they tanned a load. They even did some weird shit, like where they took like a bite out of just one of the eggs and then just like wrapped. No, I just wrapped it back up and put it back. Like
just ruin your Easter.
No one's gonna notice if they open it, like big bite mark out of your Easter egg. But anyway, so me and my cousins, when we were younger, we'd always get into scrapes, and I'd go along for it. But I wasn't really a mischievous kid. Like, I just knew it was shit behavior, But all right then. I sort of wanted to fit in. They were a little bit older than me. And anyway, so they fucking rifled through all these fucking Easter eggs. And then you can imagine they had chronic gut ache, like just doubled up, and they were spewing everywhere, and it was just chocolate, mate. It was like Willy Wonka shit, like
arsehole looking like Pompeii volcano, like the shitting pure lava.
Wait, just puking pure chocolate, mate. So they were like, it was fucking bad. It was bad. I'll tell you. And after that, funnily enough, they didn't like chocolate so much. Easter wasn't as big a fucking deal after that. But I just remember watching them just throwing up this like thick brown sludge. It was just awful, man.
Mate, I cheesed fucking Easter, right? So like I told you, I used to just eat them, right? And then I realised, 2 years after doing that and getting a ball again twice, I was like, hang on. Like you said, the best part of the Easter eggs are the shit that's inside it. So I used to get a little fucking knife, slice open our cardboard, carefully unrelease the egg, slice down the middle to cut it perfectly in half, take out the fucking good, seal him back up, mate, straight back up. Little bit of Yoo-hoo glue, mate, underneath the fucking thing.
To like melt the Easter egg back together.
No, because they're usually like kind of disconnected anyway. And like when you open an egg and it's already a bit broke, your mother just go, "Oh, why is that broke?" Like that just doesn't even come into your mind that your kid's just masterminding you behind the scenes.
You would literally take out the stuff that's inside.
And then I glue the box closed.
Fucking what
straight
is
wrecking them every year, mate. Straight wrecking them.
Why you straight high level criming?
Just love carbs, mate. Just love them.
There's no way. So you were literally like slicing open the boxes?
Yeah,
like,
it's easy, but because you just take off the top where the glue is, just cut through that, and you slide it open, and then the egg is always all half broke anyway.
You're getting called out for it didn't happen. Click my sticks.
Someone get a fucking Easter egg and try it on for size.
Because obviously we're going to do that thing with the film soon, right? Have you made the overlays for it yet?
Nah, but fuck. I've been Truman, mate. Where do you think I had time to do that?
That's what we're going to do.
In between street bong hits.
Can you buy Easter eggs when it's not Easter?
Oh, I'm sure you can. From somewhere.
Let's check this out.
I'll show you, mate.
No, I'm down for it, mate. I believe you. Because I know you're mentally ill.
Yeah, these motherfuckers don't know what's happening with these carbs, like.
Right? So, yeah, I'll be down. I'll be down for that. What we can do is when there's Sam Cam, you can show us how you will slice open an Easter. Get in.
Need a Cadbury's one, or preferably, actually, cream egg one as well. Cream egg were always the easy ones, but you get in, you take those fucking delicious cream eggs, and then you get the fuck out. But the cream eggs weren't even kept in the egg mitt, so they were an easy pickings. You just have to open the box for that one, I think.
So yeah, we'll
slide
do that.
In, take the egg, slide out.
Mate, it reminds me of like, what is it like the snakes that do that? Like they just slither into a bird's nest and then just
suck the eggs out.
Dislocate their jaw, have an egg, and then fuck off. Like,
yeah, that's me, mate. On Easter, that's me slithering in the box.
Tell you what, though,
the egg hole, foil and all.
Because Christmas has started right now, you know what? Lost a bit of weight and that.
Bought me something, though.
No, fuck off. I will get you something actually.
Oh, nice.
I bought gifts for all the boys we recorded the E-League special show with. I got yeah, I'll get Scotch Brite to come round your. Yeah, Richie told me to give you this.
Merry Christmas, man. Happy Christmas Eve.
Sorry about the tin foil. I just took it off the turkey. I did. Might be a bit beefier now, but it's a good bit of brown.
Adds to the taste.
Good bit of fucking brown butt. Right, no, I got like gifts for all the crew and that, and like, I ordered them in. I got Moses a bottle of bourbon, this sort of stuff. But like, I've been the best part of Christmas is the fucking eating and the boozing, right? Yeah. After this, I'm cooking us all a fucking mad chicken dinner right now. Like the feast just begins. It's like Caligula in my fucking house. That's how it rolls. So it, what would Christmas be? Imported fucking Rolos, mate.
Nice, mate.
Yeah, get them out.
Are they legit though? I haven't seen our packaging before, boy.
Here's how you know they're legit, brother.
Oh.
The gold wrap.
Oh, there he is.
Yeah.
The infamous gold wrap.
None of how they rock.
Well, I weren't saying they were fucking, duplicates. I weren't saying they were being fucking fake, but like, they taste right.
Oh, bootleg Rolos got 2 L's in it, have they?
No, they're a bit fucking. I thought they might be the American flavoured, like.
Nah, fuck that, mate.
Yeah, I did preservatives.
Were you here that time?
When you ordered all those fucking pot noodles, Bombay bad boys.
Yeah, because I was fiending for a fucking Bombay bad boy. I hadn't had one in years, and I've spent like $200 to ship out 24 Bombay bad boys.
Rollos, mate. Nice pack of Rollos.
Rollo, not
Rollo Bollos, eh?
Yeah, to go with my fucking Bolex watch, So yeah. But so Bombay bad boy, mate. I missed them.
Quite large, mate.
Yeah, I shop online for all. I got Yorkshire tea in me cupboard.
Not bad.
Yeah, that's
You got gravy, or? I bet you haven't had gravy in time. Americans ain't too keen on regular gravy.
What the fuck is a Bombay bad boy? It's only the best pot noodle ever made. It's the king of pot noodles. Just Google them. They came with proper hot sauce in. They were banging back in the day.
It's the only one that's good, but.
Yeah, I agree with you, but I think they found out it had that E number in that definitely gives you cancer. That isn't it?
That's not ideal.
Yeah. So I munched a ton of them. So, but anyway, yeah, we're totally out of shit now. We're talking about confectionaries. But anyway, I will get you a Christmas present, mate.
Nice, mate.
I will. I'll think of something. I don't know what I'm gonna get you.
I'm think of something to get you now, aren't I?
Well, yeah. I just assumed you would. Honestly.
So.
Just assumed you would get me something. Oh, Richard, you've only
pair
made
of socks, mate. Nice pair of socks and a tie.
Out of the gutter and given me a
Pocket
streaming
square.
Sound.
A pair of loafers, pocket square.
For that. So there you go.
China.
Hey, Ed China. Love them. Love having me head shine. It stops me having to leave the house to get it shined.
Cut and blow shines. That's like favourite. Cut and blow shines, sir.
So yeah, you better get me something good, mate. Of course, the best Christmas present would be you coming out here so we can get wrecked. Oh, you know that bar we
will do.
That bar we got fucked up in the front page news.
Yeah.
Do I convinced that bikie your nickname was Belushi and you were trying to drink yourself to death? Remember that one?
Yeah. And it almost worked. And they almost did it too. That was the first time I've ever got to a point where I was still like not being sick or anything, and I was just being refused alcohol.
Yeah, that was wild. That was like, but I mean, apparently what we drank because it was 10 American shots in each,
so 15 England ones.
Yeah, so we'd had 2 fish balls each, and that's almost like a bottle of booze.
And we did all those shots.
Yeah,
all those tequilas.
So I think they were right to refuse us. But anyway, they've shut that bar down now, mate.
Why, did someone get killed in there?
Nah, someone got killed around the corner, but that was unrelated.
Oh, so.
I didn't just shut it down, mate. Because just wasn't me and you stopped drinking there. That was
exactly. Stopped paying the bills, do we? Couldn't keep the fucking lights on.
So, yeah,
I'll teach you to deny me fucking beer.
Yeah. But anyway, so yeah, that's the show. Me and Sam can have this conversation off air, obviously. But yeah, so, you know, I thought we'd just drop in and do one. I don't know when the Tim Pool VOD will be out. We're going to be recording that tomorrow, so that should be out soon. But Tim Pool will be on the show. And that's that, really.
By the numbers tomorrow as well. Might be a bit earlier.
Yeah, we're going to do by the numbers, hopefully a bit earlier to accommodate Tim Pool coming on the show, so tune in for that. And then obviously at Christmas, I think we'll probably have the day off. I might do something Christmas Eve, though.
Yeah, I'm done with that.
Christmas Eve stream, me and you, just getting
on. For like a month now, but I've got fuck all on. So I can sit here and flick my fucking hoop.
I spit bars.
Bars, walls. Smash walls.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what you can do. Make some fucking overlays so we can watch that reefer madness.
Mate, it's fucking effort making an intro, mate. You don't understand the dick thing that goes into making an intro.
Fuck the intro. I mean...
Oh, you don't want an intro?
Well, maybe. Not
exactly, see? The overlays, I can bang them out, mate.
Yeah, but let's get the overlays. We can do and stream it.
I then give me some.
And we can do the intros later. Yeah, all right, Nick. Just bang it out.
I got shit on me.
I want me and you. I want to watch fucking Reef
charity organisation meeting.
Yeah, for people from Haiti. The earthquakes.
The Kielbasa committee were creating sausages look like nativity.
So yeah, so anyway, we'll get that started. We are going to do the Reefer Madness stream soon. So we're just trying to figure out ways to sort of display it. So, but yeah, there you go. That was the show. It was nice to hang out and talk some shit. I'm going to go and make a chicken dinner now and watch some fucking Christmas movies. I recommend you all do the same. Maybe I'll eat some fucking Rollos and have a good night. Holla, holla. So, yeah, look after yourself. We're all up and we're almost back at 375 subs. When we get back to that, that will trigger a T-shirt giveaway. So keep that in mind. But hopefully we'll see you all tomorrow for By the Numbers and possibly as well for Tim Pool, depending on how we're feeling. So look after yourself and we will see you on the next episode of the show. Take care.
Stop eating dead people's ashes.
Please.